Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley here, and if you are new, hey girl, hey. So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you how you can transform a thrift store mirror. I picked this mirror up from the Goodwill, thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and I had to do something with it. So in this DIY today, I'm going to show you what you can do to any mirror frame to turn it into some awesome home decor. So let's get started. So to get started, of course, you're going to need to do any repairs that is necessary for the frame that you have. So in my case, this frame had a nail in it, so I'm going to have to remove the nail, and then I'm going to fix a portion of the wood that is chipped. So to patch up this little part right here, you guys already know I'm going to use my Bondo. I love to use Bondo, so I'm just going to fill that in and sand it smooth. So the next step is then measuring the inner portion of your frame because we will be adding planks to that portion. So for my wood, I am using barn wood that I got from Hobby Lobby. So Hobby Lobby has this wood. They come 2 a pack, and I think it's like around $9.99 or $10.99, but of course, you know, you can use your 40% off coupon. So for this particular frame, I had to use 3 of them, but this is what I'm going to use. But you can use regular wood if you want and stain it to your liking. It's just whatever you choose. All right, so now I'm going to take my wood to the miter saw, and I am going to cut what I measured. If you don't have a miter saw, you can use a hand saw. I will link one down below. That is off Amazon. If you get it from Home Depot or Lowe's, just make sure you take your measurements with you, and they will cut the wood down to size as long as it is a straight cut. So now I'm just going to wipe down my piece, and I'm getting ready to paint. So I'm just making sure that I'm removing any type of residue that might still be on the frame. So to paint this frame, I'm going to be using a zebra paintbrush and my Worcester paintbrush and some white chalk paint. I would not recommend that white chalk paint because it was not the best coverage, and I had to do lots of coats. So do not get Artmind's white chalk paint. Not for anything big like this. I would not recommend it at all. Just saying. Also, I just want to note, if ever your wood has any knots in it like this does, I would recommend priming it. So I am painting this first coat on, but then I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to put a stain blocking primer on this so that those knots do not come through, because they will. So you just want to make sure that you prime it with a stain blocking primer before you actually put your paint on. So now that everything is nice and dry, I'm going to take my Jolie finishing wax, and I am going to do a coat of this because I am going to be adding brown glaze. Before I add my glaze, I'm just going to take a 220 grit sandpaper, and I am just going to lightly distress around my edges to bring in a little bit more character. Now I'm going to take my glaze, and I'm going to start to add that on top and remove with a cloth so we can get that really nice vintage aged look going on. So now I've added my wood to my frame, and as you can see at the bottom and the top here, I have little spaces that I need to cover. So I'm just going to take a piece of wood, and I'm going to take it to my table saw, and I'm going to cut it down to the size that I need. So to do that, of course, I'm just going to take that piece of wood and measure it out and cut. right, and the last part of this whole entire process is adding my screws to my wood so that we can secure them into place. Alright, so here is the finished product. I'm absolutely obsessed. I love how this turned out. It is a big upgrade from what it looked like before. As you can see, it was a pure white, but I toned it down with the glaze because it was just a huge contrast between the barnwood and the white. So I'm loving that. Again, you can pick this wood up from Hobby Lobby. They have different sizes. And this is a super easy DIY to do. You can do it with any frame that you choose. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below to let me know what you think. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest tutorials. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!